Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
First it was Angelina and Brad. Then came Johnny and Amber. Now brace yourself for the Ioan and Alice show, in what has become, even by Hollywood standards, one of the showbiz world's most bitter and publicly slogged out divorces. The latest drama kicked off this week, when actress Alice Evans took to Twitter to claim to her 29,000 followers that her estranged husband Ioan Gruffudd had been cheating on her for 3 years with a much younger woman. Evans implied that her ex had gaslighted her for years, betraying her and their 2 daughters, but did not offer any evidence to support her accusation. The other woman is Bianca Wallace, an Australian actress who is 21 years younger than Evans. Late on Tuesday, Gruffudd, the Welsh actor best known for his roles in TV series including Lear and Hornblower, went Insta official with his new girlfriend, posting a cozy picture of him and Bianca on a film set, holding coffee and looking blissfully happy. "Thank you for making me smile again," he wrote, with 2 love heart emojis. Wallace, the woman making him smile, is an Aussie actress who was an extra on his drama series Harrow, in Brisbane, for the past 2 years and romance has blossomed. Definitely not smiling, though, is Alice. Recollections vary on the ticklish question of when the Gruffudd-Wallace romantic connection began. They say after his marriage was over, but Alice claims they have been an item for 3 years. Worse still, she says, is that she counted Bianca as a friend. "So it turns out my husband, after 2 years of telling me I'm a bad person and I'm not exciting and they no longer wants to have sex with me and they just wants to be on set abroad. Has been in a relationship for 3 years behind my back," she blasted online. Alice demanded to know via a series of tweets and Instagram messages whether his acting friends and co-stars knew what was going on. When former EastEnders actress Tamsin Outhwaite and Gruffudd's co-star Ian Newton sent him their congratulations on his new love, Alice replied to ask how long they had known about the relationship. The latest drama in this excruciatingly public dumping began on Tuesday night when Evans posted a picture of herself looking forlorn, with smudged makeup, presumably from crying, and wrote, "Tonight, after learning that a person he thought was a friend might not be. But more importantly, is my wig on straight?" Alice then started to post messages on Bianca's Instagram page, demanding to know what she was doing in France. The messages were hastily deleted and Alice was blocked. Alice then shared an Instagram photo that Bianca had uploaded weeks earlier, which showed a group seated in chairs that were lined up on the beach. She wrote, "Have no words. My husband sent this to Elsie, our 8-year-old, last week and asked her if she thought he was a good photographer. I am lost. Totally lost and sad and confused." When asked, "Who is Bianca?" Evans responded, "Bianca Wallace seems to be the person he has been in a relationship with for 3 years while blaming our difficulties on me. I've just found this out tonight. I feel like killing myself. I won't." She went on to tweet, "We did have to gaslight me? Why couldn't I just have told me I'd met someone? So who is the new woman in Ioan's life?" Bianca's move into acting is recent. She has just 3 screen credits, including, would you believe, a short film in which the main character is called Alice. Her agency provides extras for TV shows in and around Brisbane. She has also been seen at the terrace rooftop bar at the Emporium Hotel, which was favored by the show's cast and crew. Wallace, 29, was living in Brisbane when Gruffudd, 48, was making 3 series of the TV drama Harrow in the city, starting in 2018, although they are insisting true friends, that romance only blossomed between them after he had returned from Australia and split from Alice. The split was announced publicly in January. Gruffudd spent 6 to 8 months at a time away from the marital home in Los Angeles, where Evans and their daughters live. Filming for the final COVID-disrupted series ended in August 2020. On New Year's Eve last year, cited by Ioan as the date of his separation from Alice, Bianca wrote about how much she was looking forward to 2021. "We have a very exciting year ahead." Bianca has since moved to Los Angeles, telling a pal a few weeks ago, "I'm absolutely loving it here." She and Gruffudd are currently midway through a 2-month trip to France, where he has been making TV drama The Reunion. They have been staying at the celebrated Hotel du Cap and visiting Chateau together. "Wonder what you're doing in France," wrote Alice on her timeline. Wardrobe assistant Amy Douglas said on Twitter yesterday that Miss Wallace was an extra on Harrow but denied that she and Gruffudd had a 3-year affair. She wrote, "She didn't have contact with him in season 2. I know because I was there as crew. Season 3, yes, but they only started talking towards the end. Don't buy into the lies you are being fed. Boeing her friend no, it didn't happen. I know her as a person and her principles. You do not. So don't believe everything you're fed by manipulating people who try to make themselves the victim and ruin other people's reputations. She continued. So what Alice was doing to Ioan in the last week of filming, threatening a divorce if he didn't go home. I saw how upset he was on set. And Bianca was barely even on set for season 3. I know, you do not. She is not a homewrecker. Who do you actually personally know here in this situation? Obviously no one. And I'm very perceptive, it didn't show on set, he is a very professional person. I saw how upset he was on the phone being abused by her. Have permission from both to command. They started talking on set about acting, nothing personal, spoke to me too about my writing, I guess by you I was also having an affair with him. I do not call talking about careers an affair. Evans and Gruffudd announced that they were to divorce in March this year. The couple, who met on the set of the film 102 Dalmatians in 2000, have 2 daughters, Ella, 12, and Elsie, 8. When they met, Evans was the bigger star. She was living in Paris with socialite Olivier Picasso, the painter's grandson, and they were a fixture in café society. Her engagement to Picasso was broken off and she moved into a flat in Kilburn, northwest London, with Gruffudd and his best pal, actor Matthew Rhys. In the early years of the romance, Gruffudd was the subject of a kiss-and-tell story in the news of the world. A girl said they picked her up at the Sky Bar in the Mondrian Hotel in La for a one-night stand. At the time, E and Evans were dating but not yet engaged. They moved to La in 2003 and were married in 2007. Separations due to work have been blamed for tensions between them. Ioan told The Guardian in February last year, "We've struggled the past 4 years making time for each other because physically we're apart." A statement released in January by them both ran, "As you can imagine, this is an incredibly difficult time for our family and we remain committed to our children. Thank you for respecting our privacy." But from the outset and throughout, Miss Evans has been prone to attack Gruffudd and his legal team for their conduct. She began with a tweet that ran, "Ta sad news. My beloved husband, soulmate of 20 years, Ioan Gruffudd, has announced he is to leave his family, starting next week. Me and our young daughters are very confused and sad. We haven't been given a reason except that he no longer loves me. I'm so sorry." This tweet later disappeared, and Evans extraordinarily said her estranged husband was to blame. She wrote, "Either. I didn't delete the tweet from a few hours ago about him leaving. I did. From my account. And hell yes, when I am being gaslit and mentally tortured then hell yes, I will wash my linen in public." There was another outburst in March, when she said, "At the moment we're doing something called collaborative divorce, which is somewhere between a really kind way of doing divorce and a phenomenal scam. Lawyers aren't the law. Lawyers are there to the law. That's what you always said. Anyway, I may have some more thoughts later." Her angry tweets have attracted something of a following among the Wronged Wives Club, with many of them tweeting her their support and offering up their own stories of hurt and betrayal. Only 2 weeks ago, Alice returned to the fray, writing, "Haven't spoken to my husband in 9 months, his choice. I did my fair share of crying, screaming, accusing. Begged and begged for at least some sort of running discussion. That's my way of reacting to such a life-changing event. So he ghosted me. I have been ghosted for almost 10 months now," she went on furiously. "This is the real Ioan Gruffudd. I'm not bending over for this guy. This man is devoid of any empathy whatsoever." She further claimed, "Also wanted me to sign a legal document saying that it was my fault that I couldn't get any work. Hey, this is Hollywood. I don't care anymore. I'm done. If the past few months are anything to go by, that seems highly unlikely.